attack on then candidate Trump, making Jack Smith violative of the Department of Justice guidelines and his sworn oath. They have no evidence to support that. In fact, Jack Smith said this in an interview before he went in. Let's play that clip.
This latest prosecution of the former director of the FBI. There's a process to secure an indictment. There's a process of predication, having some evidence before you do that. And again, I only know what I see myself in the media, but the career prosecutors, the apolitical prosecutors who analyzed this said there wasn't a case. And so they brought somebody in who had never been a criminal prosecutor on days' notice.
FBI just raided Trump. We already know what's up. We knew that this day would come. Patriots are showing up. Yeah, the FBI corrupt. So I say that we defund them. Yeah, it's time to get a gun. FBI just raided Trump. Yeah. FBI just raided Trump, but nobody's arresting. I really wonder why they never just raided Epstein. I guess these mean tweets are worse than the molesting or sex fiends on an island. That's what they suggesting. Testing.
To secure.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain.
With the thoughts you'd be thinking you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain.
Oh, I tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain.
Indictment a day before the statute of limitations. Ended. That just reeks of lack of process. And I think a lot of Americans.
Run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm reeling like a merry-go-round. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm reeling like a merry-go-round. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down.
Americans do not see this as a political issue. process shouldn't be a political issue, right? Like if there's rules in the department about how to bring a case, follow those rules. You can't say, I want this outcome. Let me throw the rules out. That's why, frankly, you see all of these conflicts between the career.
For homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours. For homicide detectives, their
Political prosecutors I worked with, because they're being asked to do
lead within the first 48 hours.
things that they think are wrong, and because they're not political people, they're not going to do them. And I think
For homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
that explains why you've seen the resignations, you've seen people.
I just need a little love and I just need a little hair. Think I'm gonna call it art, even if you call it love. I just love someone who calls me baby. Concussion, dear poison bars. Shoot another shot, just stop. I just need a little love.
Leave the department. It's not because they're enemies of one administration.
I call it art, even if you call it love. I just love someone who calls me baby. Concussion, dear poison bars. Shoot another shot, just stop. I just need a little love and I just need a little hair. Think I'm gonna call it art, even if you call it love. I just love someone who calls me baby. Concussion, dear poison bars. Shoot another shot, just stop.
Or the next, they worked through decades for different administrations. It's just they've been doing things apolitically forever, and when they're told, no, you got to get this outcome no matter what, that is so contrary to how we were all raised as prosecutors. I think that's been the center of all the conflict.
Jim Jordan, Comer, they go on after the 8 hours is over. How convenient, and the public doesn't have access to it. They can say anything. And they say, well, nope, didn't hear anything that changed my mind. Yeah, because you went in with your mind made up with a working theory that had no factual support, that Jack Smith wielded his prosecutorial power in order to help the Democrats. Let's play the clip of these two yahoos talking, hoping, obviously, that Jack Smith's testimony never comes out, and certainly the transcript doesn't come out. Let's play the clip.
Well, Jack Smith testified for 7 hours, and none of that time did it change my belief, as you said, Sean, that this was all political. His investigation, like Alvin Bragg, like Fonnie Willis, was driven by politics.
But Jack Smith's, we just got our hands, just been released on a letter. It's dated the 18th of December, but we just got it, just been released. It was sent and CC'd to Jamie Raskin, the ranking member on the committee on the Judiciary for the House of Representatives. It is addressed to Jim Jordan, the ranking member, chairperson of the Committee on the Judiciary. It says, "Dear Chairman Jordan, Our client, Jack Smith, testified before the committee for approximately 9 hours. I thought it was 9 hours, regarding his investigation into President Trump's alleged unlawful retention of classified documents, obstruction of justice, and role in attempting to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Mr. Smith welcomed this opportunity to correct the many mischaracterizations of the work of the Office of Special Counsel. Mr. Smith respectfully requests the prompt public release of the full videotape. There it is. It was videotaped of his deposition. Doing so will ensure the American people can hear the facts directly from Mr. Smith rather than second-hand accounts. We reiterate our request for an open and public hearing. During the investigation of President Trump, he steadfastly followed, Mr. Smith did, Justice Department policies, observed all requirements, took actions based on the facts of the law. He stands by his decision. We look forward to cooperating with you to provide the public with an opportunity to hear directly from Mr. Smith regarding his work. Sound like somebody that's trying to cover up anything? Sounds like a Jack Smith that wants to be completely transparent with the American people. Now, we know from his opening statement that we did get our hands on at one point, that he said out loud to start his testimony that he had evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that Donald Trump criminally interfered with the election in 2020. That's not even the standard under the Department of Justice manual or the principles of federal prosecution. He doesn't have to have evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. He has to have probable cause to believe for an indictment that he can sustain a conviction through appeal. He's gone one further. He's like, if I had tried the case and been allowed to try the case in front of Judge Chutkan in D.C. and a jury of 12 people, I would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Donald Trump committed a crime. That's against the backdrop of having read and digested all of what the United States Supreme Court has said about immunity. Despite all of that, he would have gotten his conviction. How do I know? Because he told the Judiciary Committee that in his opening statement, which I'd like to see on videotape. Let's fast forward to Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago, we're still waiting on volume 2 of the Jack Smith report. Got new reporting that Judge Cannon, who's been sitting on it for months, is going to sit on it for at least another 2 months. Smith is demanding, after his 8 hours of testimony, trying to push it out. Run, but you can't hide, Judge Cannon. We're going to get our hands on volume 2, one way or the other. Which is the full expose of what happened at Mar-a-Lago. As Jack Smith said in his opening statement, we had overwhelming, credible evidence that bad things happened at Mar-a-Lago concerning top secret and classified documents as well. Now the fight is over the videotape. I'm glad we got revelation. That there is a videotape. And yes, we demand it. Now, what can Jamie Raskin, Representative Raskin, do, a friend of Legal AF? Let's hold some shadow hearings. Let's call in Jack Smith and others. I can think of Erez Ruveni, the whistleblower for the Department of Justice. and a few others. There's 5,000 people that have been fired from or left the Department of Justice. Let's bring a few of them in. When I interviewed Senator Blumenthal on the Senate version of the Judiciary Committee, he said he was going to do exactly that. I think January is going to be a very busy period for the Democrats in the House and the Senate. And we're there for it. So, got the headline news, you've got beneath the headline. News and the analysis. I'm Michael Pope, Special Counsel. New reporting here
For Homicide Detective.
on Christmas Eve day and merry holidays for all those that celebrate. I know we're coming off of the Christmas season into the Kwanzaa season, into the Christmas season, and you guys already gave us the greatest gift, your viewership, your subscription base that got us to 1 million subscribers in just about a year. And you can help us now for our next million.